All right. I hope you enjoyed the speed draw of me putting some of these walls in. Not a whole lot going on really with the first floor. This is the first floor. There's going to be a second floor on top of this area right here. It's going to be kind of a loft type of floor area that I am going to put 2 or 3 bedrooms in, not sure yet. But anyway, the next place we need to go is doors. We need to put some passageways and think about our traffic patterns and things of that nature. So our doors are going to help make that traffic way a little more convenient. So what I'm going to do is I need to create a door. So I'm going to set my door level, or my door right here, my door, what do you call it? Door layer, okay? And I'm going to start. Let's let that song end. There we go. So I'm going to make the size of the door. Now, door sizes, of course, are covered by codes in most areas. I use a couple of different sizes almost exclusively. I use 36-inch, 32-inch, and 28-inch doors. So I'm going to do some interior doors. Those will mostly be 32-inch doors. So I'm going to create a 32-inch door and turn it into a block and then show you how I insert it into my plan. So first thing I want to do is create that the XY dimension here. So the X dimension is going to be 32 inches, and I'm going to tab over to the next dimension and make that the thickness of the wall. So that's 4 7/8 inches. Okay, so now that basically is our door opening. Now I need to make an actual door. So I'll use the line tool. Now let's draw this up 32 inches. Okay, and so coming over this way. Yeah, coming over this way. About 2 inches for a door thickness. And then back down to this line. Now I need to put a door swing on it, which I do with the arc tool. And I'll start up here. Now with AutoCAD, the arcs kind of play funny tricks on you, depending on where and which way, which direction you draw the arc. I just know from past experience that I want to start right here on this corner and then draw it to this corner and then, or maybe not, and then adjust it to basically I'm after something tangent. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Okay, but anyway, maybe that will. There we go. That's better. I think that is tangent. It'll snap when it is tangent, so that's tangent. But anyway, you have to kind of play with that to learn it, get the feel for it. But depending on which way you draw, it acts different ways. Kind of funny. But yeah, you'll get the hang of it, no problem. Next, I'm going to do some trimming to trim out some areas of the door trim, and I'm going to select all options. So now I'm going to leave there, trim that out, trim that out. Now I've got my doorway. Now, of course, what I need to do is turn this doorway into a block. So I'm going to go up to the Insert tab, and I'm going to click on Create Block. And it wants me to name the block, so I'm going to say 32 INDOR. It says to specify a base point. You really got to specify a base point, and I'm just going to do it on screen. If you don't specify a base point, when you try to place your block, it could put that block anywhere on the screen, sometimes out of your view range. So I'm going to specify that on the screen. Objects, I'm going to specify that on the screen. And behavior, I'm going to say scale uniformly in case you want to enlarge, or in case I want to enlarge that door manually and just kind of, scale it out. I want all of it to scale uniformly, not just certain parts of it. And I'm going to click OK, and it says 32-inch door is already defined as block. Okay, let me change that to 30-inch door 1, and click OK. Specify insertion base point. It says it right there in my 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 little bar there. I can't remember what it's called. So dynamic input. Okay, so instead of typing it in there, I am actually just going to go right here to the end of the door. It's the best place to use, and click there. Okay, so that is my base point. And it says select objects is my next option. So I'm going to select the whole thing. Click enter. So now I have a door block. The way that works is, you know, this door I'm going to place in one location. I'll probably place another one somewhere else. So now what I can do is I can just go to the Insert tab and find 32-inch door 1. You see I have other ones up here that I messed up, so I had to create a new one. So there we are. We got another door that we can put wherever. And what I usually do with my doors, I usually place them about 4 to 6 inches, or 3 to 6 inches away from the wall. And that's because you need to put your door trim in there. So I'm going to lock on to that reference point right here, that end point. Make sure it stays locked on. And I want to pull it about, if it'll give me a, it's giving me the overall reference numbers instead of relative. So I'm just going to put it right here, and then I'm going to rotate it and go home, click on rotate, and I'm going to click that same well, I got to select the object and then enter, specify base point, which I'm just going to use that same point, and then of course you can rotate it. Okay, and actually this needs to go into the wall a little bit better. So I'm going to select the move tool, select the object, enter, specify base point, and move it right down here into the wall. And then I'm going to do some more trimming. And actually, before I do the trimming, here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I've got my whatever distance from the wall that I want to keep. I want this to be 4 inches. I'm going to make consistently all the way across my drawing. And you need to do that. You need to have, when you place your doors into your drawing, you need to have consistency. So all of your doors, if you have one that is 4 inches from the adjacent wall, all of them need to be 4 inches from the adjacent wall, if at all possible. So specify offset distance 4 inches. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to select that wall there, and that just gives me 4 inches is what it is, what it's doing. And I'm going to move this, and I'm going to do the move command. That way I'll have some snapping points. I can actually move it manually without using the move command, but it won't give me any snapping behaviors, and I want it to snap right there. And then of course I can get rid of that line I just created. So now that door is, we won't do that. Now that door is where it needs to be. I've got some other doors riding out there somewhere. So that door is where it needs to be. It's 4 inches off the wall, 32 inches wide. I'm going to do some trimming to it and trim this space out right here. Whoops, I didn't do that right. Trim, enter, select all, enter. And there we go. So now we have a door. So I'll do all my doors just like that. And I'll create blocks for all of the various sizes that